Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you guys are having an amazing day today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jarrell, and in today's video we're going to be playing and trying the new palette from Viseart, which is called Le Marais Étendu palette. This retails for $44. It is made in the USA and it does have a shelf life of 36 months. If you guys are interested in seeing this palette in action and of course getting some swatches, we are going to be creating 3 looks with this palette. So if you are interested in that, let's go ahead and get into the video. But before we do, please don't forget to like and of course subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So here is how the packaging of the palette looks. And here is how you open up the palette. And here is how the palette looks on the inside. As you can see, we do have some cool tones, warm tones, and that is definitely the theme for this year in a lot of the palettes that I have been reviewing. I will link some of the eyeshadow palettes that I have been reviewing down below in the description area, and everything else that I use in this video, you can always find it down below in the description area. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches now. Go ahead and start with the first 3 shades. We do have the names of the shades right here in the back of the box, which I am not even going to attempt to try to say it because it's just going to be too hard. So here we have the first shimmer shade. That's really nice and pigmented. The next one that we have has more like a purple duochrome effect to it. So there's a little bit of blue there and a little bit of purple. The next 4 shades. This one is definitely more of a golden coppery shade. Then we have this purple shade. This one is definitely more on the red side. And then we have this one. So the next 4 is a shimmer and 4 mattes. Let's go ahead and do the shimmer. I went ahead and turned down the lights a little bit so you guys can see the swatches a little bit better from the Le Marais Étendu palette. So let's go ahead and bring you in a little closer. I went ahead and primed my eyes already using my P. Louise base. Again, I will link everything down below in the description area. Using the Morphe 33 brush and this one right here. I'm just going to add that to the inner part of my crease. Just going halfway. Just making sure that you're blending the edges once there's not a lot of product on the brush and just blending it out. With a Sigma E27 brush, I am going to take this purple shade right here. And I'm going to start adding this to my crease and just shaping it out. Yeah, super pigmented. I'm just going to clean my brush so there's not a lot of pigment on the brush and I can just go over the edges. The previous brush and the same shade that we were working with, which is this one right here. Just blending the edges where these 2 meet. And going back with the purple shade and just intensify it a little bit more on the crease. Going back with the same brush that I added the primer, just cleaning the edges. Using my finger, I'm going to take this purpley bluish shade. Just going to add it to the center of my eye and start blending it in towards the inner corner. And using a Rougher 21 brush, just going back with the same shade, just so we can get it in the inner corner. And this brush really is picking up the product really nicely. All right, with a pencil brush, which is the Rougher 03 brush, I am going to take this darker shade right here. And I'm going to create like a wing liner and connecting it with the purple shade and bringing it up a little bit on the crease, very tiny. Going back with this brush right here in the purple shade just so we can blend the edges a little bit. Using a brown liner just to tight line. Whatever brown liner you have will work. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury, but I think it was limited edition and I don't think that she has it anymore. But if she does, I will link it down below. And for the waterline, I'm going to be using this one, which is Alkaline from Urban Decay. Really close to the lower lash, I am going to use this shade right here with a Morphe M432 brush. And going back with a deep brown and just adding it to the outer corner on the lower lash and connecting these 2 together. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go with this one right here and just bring it inside a little bit higher up just so they can all meet together. So let's go ahead and move on to this eye, but I am going to show you a little clip right now of the final look with a little bit of a base and a mascara and all of that good stuff of this eye. Using a Morphe 441 brush, I am going to use this shade right here, which is a little bit more of an orangey shade. I'm going to add it to the inner part of my crease as well as the outer part. And now I'm going to take this reddish kind of brick shade with the same brush with the Morphe 441, and I'm going to add that to the outer part of our crease halfway. Taking a clean brush and going back with the orangey shade and just adding that to the inner part of our crease again and just blending those two together right in the middle. All right, so taking this reddish shade on my finger and I'm going to add that to the center of my eye. I'm going to start spreading it to the inner part and the outer part. Taking the MAC 242 brush in the same shade just so I can get into the inner part and creating like a cut crease. Going back with the orangey shade and the Sigma 821 brush just to blend the edges here, and doing the same thing to the outer part with the other shade that we were using here. Using this gold right here, I'm going to add that right to the center using the other side of the brush. I'm just going to add it right in the center. Going back with this dark shade right here for this look and the Reference 03 brush. And I'm going to create a little bit of depth like I am using this as a wing liner again. Bringing it into my crease a little bit and just blending it up. Going to add the same brown shade to my lower lash and the outer corner. I'm going halfway in. Alright, so now taking this gold right here for the inner corner. Just bringing it up. And I'm going to bring it all the way to meet with the dark brown shade that we have here. All right, so far I just want to leave it like this. I'm going to clean up the fallout. Going to tie line with my brown liner, and I'm going to add a nude shade on my waterline. Curl my lashes, adding the Patrick Ta mascara, and here we have look number 2. So let me tell you really quickly what I have on my face, but I will link everything down below just in case you guys are interested. I do have my Too Faced concealer in the shade Golden Beige. And to set my concealer and just add a little bit more coverage, I did use my Mineralized Skin Finish in shade Medium Tan. And just to add a little bit more brightness in the center of my face, I did use my Kosas powder, which is the shading Comfy. To bronze up my face, I did end up using my Hourglass bronzer, and this one is in the shade Radiant Bronze Light. And for blush and highlighter, I went ahead and used my Natasha Denona palette. I absolutely love this one so much. So I do have the blush and the cream highlighter on the skin. I did not use the powder, just these two right here, which I absolutely love very, very much. And for the lips, I just decided to add a little bit of gloss, which is in the shade Fuzzy from Fenty Beauty. And that is it. That is all that I have on the skin. So I'm going to take everything off and just create the final look with you guys right now. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, like always, I am going to prime my eyes using my P. Louise base, and then I'm going to go into this neutral kind of brown, and it really builds up a super lovely. I am using a really nice fluffy brush to do this step, and then using a really nice taper brush, which is the Sigma 827 brush, and this orangey shade. I'm just going to blend the edges. Blending is the key. And then taking this, I am in love with this shade right here, and I'm just taking a like really thick brush to pack it in, and I'm going to go halfway up and then going back with the first brush. I'm just going to blend it into that shade, which is like the neutral shade. Absolutely love the way it just blends. It was so easy, really nothing to it. And then I'm just going to tie line using my brown liner, and I'm going to go all around, so my tight line and my waterline, and then going back with a brown shade and just really smoking it out on my lower lashes, and taking this reddish kind of brown and just again really smoking the lower lashes. Now I wanted to do a little something fun, but of course you can definitely skip this and just do whatever you need to do on your inner corner. But I want to take the purple shade and just really build it up. I'm going to like bring it up and bring it in a little bit, just so those two shades can like marry each other. And going back with the dark brown and just again doing more blending, and then curling my lashes and adding lots of mascara. I've been skipping the falsies for such a long time. Do you guys even wear falsies anymore? I don't. All right, I'm going to play a little bit of music right here so you guys can see the rest of the face, because I know some of you really enjoy it, but you will see the final look in a little bit. Alright guys, so here we have the third and final look. I'm so sorry I did have to do a voiceover. It's just that my daughter is currently not feeling well. There's a little virus going around in the house and school and all of that good stuff. If you're a mom, you know. But yeah, so here is the final look. I absolutely love like a chocolatey brown eye, but I did wanted to play with that purple again, and I just wanted to add it as a little pop in the inner corner as you saw, and I end up using the gold shade right on top of it just to make it a little bit more like bright in the inner corner. And I absolutely love the way that it looks. My daughter is right here and she did say that it was pretty and she really likes it, so that's always good for me. But yeah, this is the final look. So let's go ahead and talk about the palette. In my opinion, even though we do have four mattes right here, they're not really close to one another when you place it on the eyes. This one is a little bit more on the earthy side, and this one is definitely a little bit brighter. Same thing, a little bit more reddish and more neutral. I really enjoy the way that the matte shades perform on the eyes. It was just really nice and easy to blend. If you are not really experienced in makeup, I don't think that this palette is going to be a problem for you, just because the mattes are really easy to build up, to blend to the eyes, and you're able to see the difference on the eyes on the colors, so they're not going to get lost either. They don't get muddy. So again, the mattes just are absolutely stunning. For the shimmers and metallic shades, I think that they are really nice and subtle, especially if you're looking for a palette that is going to give you a little something special, but it's not overly metallic, it's not too sparkly. If you are into those type of shades, and I think that you are going to enjoy these shades as well. This one right here that I have in my inner corner, it doesn't have a strong base. It's really more like a topper, so you can definitely add it all over your lid just for a pop of something special. This shade right here does give you a little bit of more brightness, but again, it's not super sparkly, but they do perform really nice. I think that again, this palette is more for a wearable kind of look, more for everyday. If you are interested in just maybe creating something a little bit more subtle to go to work again, or to go to school, or just create those everyday kind of looks, you can definitely achieve that with this palette. But yeah, those are all my thoughts in regards of this palette right here. I hope that this was helpful to you, especially if you were eyeing this palette or you just wanted to know whether it's something that you might need in your collection. The color story is definitely not unique whatsoever, so if you are basing your purchase based on the color story, I'm pretty sure that you can do all of these shades if you already have a bigger collection. But if you are interested in trying Viseart for the first time, I don't think that you're going to be disappointed. Again, if you are into mattes, then you are going to really love these mattes. But yeah, those are it. Those are all my thoughts. I hope that it was helpful, and if you already picked up this palette, I hope that I was able to inspire you to get a little creative with this palette. But that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.